Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. And I want to say Shalom to Yakman Akwalt out there, pursuing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. Now, this one's coming from Reddit. I've got it opened up on the regular CBS News article that's linked. And it's titled, Mystery Illness in Congo Kills More Than 50 People, Including Children Who Ate a Bat. All right, so right off the bat, you should know what we're going to be talking about today. Is not, why we don't eat these things, right? There's reasons. And, of course, dealing with pestilences and plagues as well. So, yeah, you see it, man. Now, I guess we'll just start off, really. If this is a video, all right, we will play it if it is about the bat.
For years, fighting between the government of the Democratic Republic of Congo and an armed militia group called M23 has caused crisis and conflict in the African country. Increased humanitarian mpox.
This is a forgotten crisis because of the
crisis.
Yeah, no. It's not really about it. I was hoping it would be, but that's not. Well, actually, you know what? Let me go see. No, that is the one. But, yeah, unfortunately, we don't have a video for it that does anything more, but we'll read the article and scroll down here and see what we got. So it says, an unknown illness has killed over 50 people in the northwest of the Democratic Republic of Congo, according to doctors in the Central African nation and the World Health Organization. The interval between the onset of symptoms and death has been just 48 hours. Damn. All right, so it's not even 3 days, man. That's quick. All right, as soon as you get the symptoms, you'll be dead within 48 hours most of the time. It says in the majority of cases, and that's what's really worrying. Sergey, or I'm just gonna call him Sergey or Sergi or Serge, whatever you want to say, medical director of Bikoro Hospital, a regional monitoring center, told the Associated Press on Monday. It says, get rid of that. It says the latest disease outbreak in Congo began in January 21st, and 419 cases had been recorded as of Monday, including 53 deaths. According to the WHO's Africa office, the first outbreak in the town of Boloko began after 3 children ate a bat and died within 48 hours following hemorrhagic fever symptoms. Well, maybe they shouldn't have ate a bat then. It says there have long been concerns about diseases jumping from animals to humans in places where wild animals are popularly eaten. The number of such outbreaks in Africa has surged by more than 60% in the last decade, the WHO said in 2022. Well, over there in Africa, they do a lot of stuff that could really harbor disease. They have those Africa mosquito burger. They do this shit. Right here.
Is a meatloaf made from mosquitoes. It takes 500,000 mosquitoes to make one. At least 100,000 mosquitoes in one bite. Tastes very much like fish meat. Little brother tasted the price response is very real. Every year when the rainy season, Africa Lake Victoria will appear thousands of mosquitoes. Everywhere will form a black whirlwind. The scene is quite shocking. In severe cases, it can block the view. The people here are very happy to see it. For them, mosquitoes are meat. It is a rare treat every year. Catching mosquitoes is not a challenge for them. Take a basin and wave it in the air. They can easily catch thousands of them. Once they have collected enough mosquitoes, they can make mosquito pancakes. The first step is to mash the mosquitoes into a gooey piece, kneaded like a dough. Then press them by hand into the shape of a meatloaf. The pressing pressure is the key. It will affect the final taste. Next, heat oil in a pan. With the sound of zipping and zipping, the smell of meat spreads around. Fry until both sides are blackened. It does not matter whether the inside is cooked or not. What you want to eat is the original taste. Look at the kid next door. He's crying. They say it tastes like fish because mosquitoes live mainly in the lake, so there is also a hint of seafood flavor. Frying is the usual way. There is a more unique local cooking method. Boil a pot full of mosquito soup. A mouthful of soup cannot mention how fresh it is. The camera guy didn't believe it and decided to try it.
disgusting, man. So, Africa's always doing crazy shit like that, man. All right, those Hamites over there are just completely wild. They're eating all sorts of wild shit. You know, I could pull up on ChatGPT. I'm actually gonna do it and just look up. Let's look up what animals or bugs, etc., are being eaten in Africa that is not the norm. Let's see what we got. Palm weevil larvae, termites. You can eat locusts, lizards, snails, monitor lizards, pythons, frogs, rats, porcupines, bats, bush babies, weaver birds, flamingos, caterpillars. What don't they eat at this point, right? What don't they eat? So it says, after the second outbreak of the current mystery disease began in the town of Bomé on February 9th, samples from 13 cases have been sent to the National Institute for Biomedical Research in Congo's capital, Kinshasa, for testing, the WHO said. All samples have been negative for Ebola or other common hemorrhage fever diseases like Marburg. Some tested positive for malaria. It's not some shit you want. So it says, last year, another flu-like illness that killed more than 143 people in another part of Congo was determined to be likely malaria. So there you go. You got all sorts of crazy shit going on. Let's go ahead and get, let me see here. Let me pull up a scripture. Let me see. Where I want to get. Bear with me. I'm looking for it. Yeah, we'll get that in just a minute. So, but you see 143 people, man. 143, they got all these sorts of crazy diseases coming out. And then finally, we're going to close up, not the lesson, but close up with this article. It says, Congo has suffered from many disease outbreaks in recent years, including typhoid, malaria, and anemia. God damn, it says the country has recently grappled with an Mpox outbreak, according to the WHO, with more than 47,000 suspected cases and over 1,000 suspected deaths from the disease. And down here, you look, Listeria outbreak linked to recalled shakes now blamed for 12 deaths. Right over here, it says, at least 58 dead in Sudan after cholera outbreak over a 3-day span. God damn, man. You know? It's great. It's great, but you're seeing that pestilence in high amounts. Okay, now, what do I want to grab here? I was gonna grab that, but let me get something else before I grab that, because that's a closing point I want to get. Let's do, let's see. A lot of these are in the Apocrypha, so I'm trying to see if I can get any that's, let's see. Yeah, a lot of those are in the Apocrypha, which is fine. We'll get those. You know what? Let's go, first of all. Boop. Leviticus, right over here. So, right here, Deuteronomy 11, we're dealing with dietary law, and I'm not going to read it all right, because I have lessons. I have not just a lesson, but lessons about the dietary law that you can go and if you want a deeper version. Go and find it. Let's see. Try to find it. It wasn't too long ago that I actually made a lesson about it. Right here, 2 months ago. The dietary law, what you can and can't eat. This is a whole breakdown All right, and this one I believe I go all the way down it. Okay, so the dietary law, what you can and can't eat. Okay, and what these people are eating is a majority of things that you can't eat. So Leviticus 11:1. All right, this is this is a part of a commandment between us and the Lord. It says, "And the Lord spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. Whatsoever parteth the hoof and is cloven-footed and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat." And that's dealing about, beasts that are on the earth. And then you can go down, look here, and you can see, all the things that are in the waters. And it says, all these shall you eat that are in the waters, whatsoever hath fins and scales. All right. And just like, going back up to the beasts that are on the earth, they have to chew cud and be cloven-footed. It can't be one or the other. It has to be both. They have to have a cloven hoofs, and they have to chew cud. If they just chew cud and they don't have a cloven hoof, you can't eat them, and vice versa. Same thing with the fish. They have to have fins and scales. It says, "These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters. Whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat." All right. And then there's even more right here. It says, "And these are they which ye shall have an abomination among the fowls." It's birds. "They shall not be eaten. They are an abomination. The eagle, and the osprey, and the osprey," and it keeps on, going down about all the things that you shall not eat. If it's not on that list, you can eat them, right? Now, notice that quail isn't on that list, okay? Quail isn't on that list. Quail is kosher, okay? So you can go and see that. You can see that right down here, the swan and the pelican, they're in that same family of the duck, so you can't have duck either, okay? So, and notice, going back up in the waters, you can't have no frogs, all right? Can't have no catfish, all right? Because catfish don't have no scales, right? So, same with sturgeon. So, what else? And then bugs, right? Right here. Well, down here you can see that all fowls that creep going on all four shall be an abomination unto you. But down here it says, "Yet these may ye eat of every flying, creeping thing that goeth upon all four, which have legs above their feet and leap withal upon the earth. Even these of them ye may eat, the locust after his kind, and the bald locust after his kind, and the beetle after his kind, and the grasshopper after his kind. But all other flying, creeping things which have 4 feet shall be an abomination unto you." Okay? So you can go and look, things like that. And the cricket, all right, because look, they have to have legs above their feet. Okay? And you look at a cricket. Okay? They have legs above their feet. All right, they have legs above their feet. And it's the same thing with like a grasshopper. Right? Legs above the feet. Legs above the feet. There you go. So why it doesn't necessarily say crickets. Crickets are technically on the list of what you can have. So, and you can go down there and you can see all the things that you can eat, all the things that you can't eat. And right here it talks about, "And whatsoever goeth upon its paws." Okay, anything with paws you can't eat. And you can keep on going on and on and on. Now, this is between the Lord and Israel, all right? But technically, everyone's supposed to be following after those laws. And there's reasons for it. It's not just that the Lord said don't do it, and that should be more enough of a reason for you, but there's reasons you're not supposed to be eating those things, man. Catfish are super unclean. All right, they're super dirty. They're dirty animals, man. There's a video of they basically clean the ocean. All right, not the ocean, but any of the waters that they're in. There's a disgusting video that was on TikTok about, they had this catfish in the same tank as a frog, and it was basically, eating the shit out of as the frog was shitting it out. All right, and it was disgusting, man. And that's just how that catfish are. That's what they do. They clean. All right, he's keeping the tank clean. The catfish isn't doing anything wrong. He's doing his job. He's keeping the tanks clean. All right, or wherever he is clean. That goes the same thing with crabs and clams and oysters. That's what they do. They're basically the ocean's garbage men. Okay, and you're eating them. You ever heard of "you are what you eat"? All that poison and toxin and garbage is going right up into you. All right, and you wonder why you got all these crazy ass health conditions. So, continuing on. Let's see. You can see it. It says, according to WHO's Africa office, the first outbreak in the town of Bolaco began after 3 children ate a bat and died within 48 hours following hemorrhagic fever symptoms. It says, okay, bad headline. It starts with 3 children eating a bat, getting sick, and then dying within 48 hours. It doesn't include children who ate a bat. The bat was the cause. It says, good news is a hemorrhagic fever that kills in 3 days should be relatively self-limiting. It says it should be, but enough people contracted a mystery illness from them just 3 days that 47 additional people have since died. There you go. But yeah, man, you see it. So let's get get that working. But yeah, so let's go grab some scriptures. Okay. Let's go ahead and get like I said, I want to close out with that one. But let's go ahead and get man, trying to see here. Let's go ahead and get I'm not really feeling none of those. You know what? Let me see. Let's see what we got. It's not what I'm looking for. It's not it. This is where we'll start with, as a matter of fact. But this is Matthew 24:7. It's like if we're being disorganized. I'm going through the spirit and I'm like, those ones aren't it. So Matthew 24:7. Not that the scriptures are bad, it's just not for this lesson. It says Matthew 24:7, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. Okay, so that's one of the prophecies that you're going to see, because going up in the top of Matthew chapter 24, as most brothers and sisters should know by now, at least if they've been, in this truth for a while, is that Matthew chapter 24 at the top is talking about, Yahushua is basically speaking with his disciples, telling them, all these things are going to go away. All right, as in verse 2 it says, and Yahushua said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. And I'll get 3 because I was going to explain that anyway. It says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? And then in verse 4 on down, Yahushua is listing things that you're going to see in those end days. All right, and going back to where we just were in verse 7, it says that this is one of those things that you're going to see. All right, and right down there at the bottom being famines and pestilences. Okay, and so we're at a point right now where these are already popping out on a small scale, but they're getting ready to be on a large scale. Okay, you're going to see real big famines, real big pestilences. All right, the earthquakes are going to be huge. All right, now we're having minor conflicts, but like it says up in the top, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. Those wars are really going to start popping off. Right now, it's kind of it's like a standstill almost. There's war being happening, but it's not big. Everyone's trying to see how they move, what the next step is, what the real move is, because right now it's just like minor warfare, all right? Oh, we take a little bit back, you take a little bit back, we take a little bit back, you take a little bit back. But, you can't keep on doing that. Someone has to pull out some bigger guns, okay? And they're kind of dilly-dallying at this point, because hey, when that kicks off, there's going to be a major conflict that's eventually going to lead to World War III that breaks out, right? And that's one of the prophecies that we're currently waiting for as well. As a matter of fact, if we get this chapter, in verse 6, it says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. And there's some things that have to happen before the end comes, all right? And that's the state we're at right now, all right, is that Jacob's trouble is not in full effect, All right, we're getting a taste, a sneak peek, a preview, but it's nothing like, you can watch the trailer all you want, but, the movie is going to be something, completely different. All right, it's going to be, it gets you, you might see a taste, and be like, oh, okay, that looks, interesting. All right, maybe I'll go see that. All right, and then when you go and see it, you see, okay, whoa, this wasn't in the trailer, right? So you can, the things that you're seeing right now, as far as like the crime and what's the word, the uptick in violence, all right, and the wars that you're seeing right now they're just the trailer. They're just like showing the bits and pieces. The big heavy action, all the money is going to be spent. How they they don't spend that much money on a trailer. It's just little scenes from the movie. But the big guns is when the movie comes on, and when the movie is all right, when Jacob's Trouble comes on, you're gonna see things that you never saw in the trailer. Okay. We're not seeing people getting torn apart in the streets right now, but when Jacob's Trouble happens, you absolutely will, okay? You're not seeing bombs dropping right now, but in Jacob's Trouble, when at the tail end of it, when Yahushua returns, you will see that, all right? So that's something you got to take into consideration. Right now, it's just in a smaller effect. Even the pestilences, getting back on the topic, you see, things like vid, all right? And you know what I'm talking about when I say vid. That shit was small. All right, in comparison to what's coming, and the Lord's got many of these diseases brewing, okay? And the Lord does use those as a war tool, all right? It's in his war chest, okay? Because the Lord does kill. We can go and prove that, all right? This is Deuteronomy 32 and 39. It says, Deuteronomy 32 and 39, see now that I, even I am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. Okay? So the Lord's the one that's doing those things. Okay? Another one that goes with this. Shall there be evil? All right, here, Amos 3 and 6, it says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord hath not done it? So, and that's a big holdback with these Christians that, they think that the Lord, for some reason, isn't killing people. All right, they think it's just Satan somehow that's doing it, or that the Lord would never do anything like that for one reason or another. Okay. So yeah, man. Bear with me. Let's see here. Bear with me. So yeah. And this is just one thing, man. I'm just on this one page, and when I first opened this page, I looked to the side and I saw this cholera outbreak. I'm like, God damn, And then I scroll down at what was at the bottom of the page, and I see listeria outbreak, Matter of fact, this says outbreak too. I'm just going to look up outbreak, and I'm going to see what happens. Matter of fact, I'm going to go to, where's Google News at? Somewhere in here. I'm just going to type in outbreak, see what's going on out there right now. Grab a drink. Right here, we got this and a buzzword and a power play. It says Texas measles outbreak grows to 144 cases, mostly among the UNVAC to the IN to the D to the E. I'm just, I'm fucking it up on purpose. But yeah, listeria, TB. A tuberculosis outbreak in Kansas City. Canada, back with the H5N5, the bird flu, right? What else we got here going on? Camp Hill virus. What else? Let's see. You see all these different things. But yeah, man. Listeria, it's man, at this point, the bubonic plague is going to come back. All right, and I really wouldn't be surprised if it did. Let's get Luke 21 and 11, somewhere in vain to Matthew 24 and 7. It says, Luke 21 and 11, it says, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines, and pestilences, and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven. So, there you go. And then, What else do we want to get here? Let's see. We got, yeah, I think about, we can get it now. Fuck you, give me a minute. Fuck you. But yeah, let's go ahead and get the Apocrypha. There's more of a closing point for me, but we'll get it now. Yeah. There's another one I want to get, but we'll get this one now. So 2 Esdras 15:5 says, "Behold, saith the Lord," and this is showing you, the Lord's power. He does control everything. That is omnipotence, by the way. 2 Esdras 15:5, and before I do that, let's go look up what omnipotence means, because it feels like a word that needs some definition, because a lot of people don't understand what it means. It says omnipotent, one who has unlimited power or authority, one who is omnipotent. All right, having unlimited power, able to do anything. For some reason, people keep on putting limits on power on the Lord. No, he wouldn't do that. He can't do that, or so on and so forth. No, he does. All right, he kills and he makes alive. And here in 2 Esdras 15:5, it says, "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction." So we got plagues, destruction, right? Sword, which is, the modern day sword is the gun. Famine, all sorts of crazy things, man. All right, why? Why is that going to happen? Why are these things happening? Verse 6, "For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore, saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things, in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. Therefore, saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them." There you go. And then another one I want to get is 2 Esdras 15. 15 and 49. And I'll probably close out with 16 and 19. Oops. There we go. This is 2 Esdras 15 and 49. It says, "I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death." So that's the thing you got to understand, is that this isn't, it's not just American thing. This pestilence is, it's gonna, it's gonna take the world, man. And because Babylon being the only one that's really going to get the nuclear aspect, there's going to be a lot of other things going on with other worlds as well. And as 2 Esdras 15 and 5 read, it said that he was going to bring plagues upon the world. All right, not just Babylon, not just the North Country, all right, but the world. And man, you're seeing it, all right. And Congo's a part of the world, and who knows, man? They're like one of the, I think they're one of the. Well, let me not speak incorrectly. What are the top locations that pestilence and disease outbreaks always happen? Always break out and spread from? I know China's one of them, but it's seeming like Africa might be one as well. China, yeah, of course. India, there we go. Yep. So those are our top 3. Did they give us top 5? Yeah, they gave us top 10. Number 1, China. Why? Dense urban centers, large livestock farming, traditional wet markets, and a history of zoonotic diseases. These are all different ones right here. Okay, and what they don't want to talk about is all the fucked up food that they're eating. India, overcrowding, poverty, inadequate sanitization, waterborne diseases. All right, Central and West Africa. Why? High biodiversity, many disease reservoirs, weak healthcare infrastructure, bushmeat consumption, Bush meat. What is bush meat? At least they finally said it. What is bush meat? All right. Meat from wild animals that is hunted and consumed by humans. Okay. Includes a variety of animal primates, antelopes, rodents. There you go. There you go. Bush meat. And then Middle East, Europe historically, all right? South America, North America. Hey, and why in North America? Because international travel hubs, all right? It's a travel hub. Everybody comes to America, and they bring shit from all these different places, right? But usually, you know, you see all the big ones breaking out from China, all right? Cholera from India, all right? You see all of these, all right? In West Africa. What else do we got? Of course, Europe had literally the Black Plague. South America had Zika, yellow fever, dengue, or however you call that. Then Southeast Asia, Thailand, Vietnam, Indonesia, Philippines. That's where the avian flu, the H5N1's coming from. You see in North America, H1N1, swine flu, Lyme disease, West Nile virus. So there you go. That's what you're dealing with. And it's just one of those things where it's hitting everywhere, man. It's hitting everywhere. And that's where supposedly, I should say, that's supposedly where the CV19 stemmed from, all right, in that outbreak. So who knows if that was even the case. But regardless, you know, don't think that just because you're not in America, you're not gonna get something, man. Because especially in those Asian places that are real susceptible to tsunamis, that's gonna be fucking awful. So let's get how long we've been going for? Let me see. $32 minutes. Yeah, I'll get the last one and we'll close out. 16 and 19. And that's where we're going to go ahead and close out. And we're going to get down below as well. We're not just going to get 19. There's a couple verses I want to read below as well. So, 2nd Esdras 16 and 19, it says, "Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment." Now, what is a scourge? Let's go and look that up. A scourge.
Scourge.
It says a whip used as an instrument of punishment. A whip, horse whip, a lash, all right, like a lashing, all right? They're sent as lashings, all right? A whip, a spanking, if you will, for amendment. Now, what is amendment? Amendment means change, all right? All right, amendment.
Amendment.
We don't want that one, but we want the, not that, but, amendment. No, we're not gonna get it there. Right here. I'm not trying to get the one that's related to law. All right, but amendment.
Amendment.
It says the act of amending or the state of being amended. It says a change made by correction, addition, or deletion. It's not it. I like the one that was already up. Or was it? Here we go. Amend. To amend. To change for the better. To improve. To amend one's ways. To remove or correct faults in. To rectify. Remedy. Better. All right. Correct. All right. Ameliorate. Or if that's even how you pronounce it. So there you go. I wanted the original one. Right here, it literally just says the act of amending, correction. Correction. All right. That's what it means. Correction. Okay. For correction. All right. You're doing wrong. It's sent for correction. It's basically that's what a whooping is. It's sent as a whooping for amendment. But 2nd Esdras 16:20, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. And this is really dealing with Jake, because they're the only ones that can turn back, all right, and turn from their wickedness. because they're the Israelites and the Lord's only dealing with Israel. Okay, no matter how much you want to scoff or mock or make stupid fucking videos about it, where you're, you know, acting out being some big ass, you know, whatever the fuck. You know the video. Some of you might know the video I'm talking about. Elder Manata Zatba just put it out not too long ago. It was right here. The assembly of mockers shall be destroyed. This guy, this big fat lesbian looking motherfucker, right? And he's calling on, you know, he's acting like he's in a camp, and he says, Brother Big Back. Well, I don't know why you're calling upon Brother Big Back, because he seems to be on screen right now. I see him wearing a shirt that says Jesus saved me. You know what Jesus saved you from? A sound mind. You know what Jesus saved you from? Finding out the truth. You want to know what Jesus saved you from? A whole bunch of things that are good, all right? He saved you from anything that could benefit you. That's what Jesus saved you from. Jesus saves, yeah, you from learning the truth. And that ain't even, Jesus doesn't even do that. Because that's just Yahweh Shem Yahushai, excuse me. That's just the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, leading you astray through that name of Jesus, all right? Because the deceived and the deceiver are his. So Jesus didn't even do that. That's just, you know, just joking around. You know, the only thing that Jesus ever saved you from was learning the truth. Because it sure kept you from liking what the Hebrew Israelites were saying. Oh boy. But like I said, that's just a joke at the end of the day, because it's just Jesus can't do anything because he doesn't exist. It's Yahweh Shem Yahushai that even led you down that path, because you weren't part of the elect, right? So 2nd Esdras 16 and 20, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. There you go. So that's the lesson pretty much. About, yeah, almost 40 minutes long. These devils, man, they're about to get it, all right? And not just these devils with these Edomites, man. They're especially about to get it, because you know how white people is. You know, you barely sneeze, 35 feet around them, and they get sick instantly. So I don't even like being around these devils a lot. They're always sick. They're always sick, man. Especially the Edomite woman. Oh my God, she's always sick. Okay, it's people at my work just sick all the time. I'm like, you were just sick. There was a girl that got sick, literally got better, and 3 days later she was sick again. I'm like, how the fuck are you sick again? And it was with something completely different. And she's like, I don't know. I'm like, well, God damn, man. People are nasty. It's because Edomites are nasty too, by the way. That's why they're sick all the time, because they're nasty. They're nasty people. But yeah, man. So you see it. This is just one of many viruses and illnesses and pestilences and plagues, and to come, there's going to be many more, and greater severity too. All right. So that's the lesson. I'm going to go ahead and close out there. Lord willing, it was edifying. Again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Makakwadash. I want to say shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring, keep the faith. We're almost out of here. Until next one, Lord willing, shalom.